Hello and welcome, amigos. Today I'm going to show you how to make Salsa Verde flour tortillas. And friends, let me tell you, don't skip because there's a few tips that I'm going to be sharing with you that are going to make a huge difference when you're making these tortillas.
Ooh, you put your hair up.
I did. Our elder suggests that I keep my hair up when making tortillas, and I want to make all of you happy, so put your hair up. Start by adding 2.5 cups of warm water to your blender. Some of you might say, how warm, Steph? If you've ever made a bottle for a baby and you put a little bit of the water on your wrist, that's when it's warm. If it's too hot for your wrist, it's too hot to go in here. I've roasted our poblano pepper, and as you can see, I removed the skins, the stem, and the seeds. So just tear it. Ooh, splashing everywhere, but tear it and throw it in the blender. You're gonna add 4 tomatillos, and I'm just slicing them down the middle, just easier to blend. Not that this blender needs any help, but you guys know, it's a habit. And next, you want to take a big bunch of cilantro. This will enhance the flavor of your tortillas and also give it that beautiful green color that we're looking for. And now you want to blend until smooth. And boom, done, friends! Add your 7 cups of all-purpose flour and set 1 cup of all-purpose flour to the side. Add 1 tablespoon of salt. Give that a good mix. And next you want to add 2/3 of a cup of lard. Start combining your lard into your flour. I like to grab the flour and the lard and just give it a good squeeze. This usually helps me too. Once you see the crumble just like this, that means that we're ready to add our blended ingredients. So go ahead and make a little well. Add your blended ingredients. And start combining to the best of your abilities. When you're hydrating your masa, you want to make sure that you mix it for 4 minutes while you're hydrating to get it nice and gooey, just like oatmeal. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to sprinkle in half of that cup of flour we set to the side, and you're going to start with that. It's going to depend on your climate if you're going to need more flour, if you're going to need less. Look at the humidity levels, that has a lot to do with it. And don't get frustrated when it gets this sticky, okay? I can already feel just by mixing the dough that I needed that other half cup of flour. Now, Steph, how do we get rid of that stickiness? Let me tell you, amigos. You're gonna have to knead it. Whether it's on your stand mixer or by hand, like we're gonna do in just a few minutes. Take about 1/4 cup of flour and sprinkle it on your counter. And release the green machine. No, not your guys' green juice. And now it's time to knead our dough. You can get the stickiness off your hand if you really can't stand it. I think that's what frustrates a lot of people. And don't quit on me. The tortillas are gonna be worth the stickiness. So go ahead and start mixing. For those of you at home that still have a lot of the stickiness going on when you're kneading your flour, you can sprinkle a little bit more flour and start like about 2 tablespoons at a time. Don't go too heavy. Cloud placed a cup of flour for me here. Thank you, sis. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take a little bit at a time, rub it all around the sides that are all sticky, just like this. And I'm gonna keep kneading, friends. Continue kneading your dough for about 15 minutes or until it's nice and smooth.
Is there a particular reason why this dough is stickier than the other doughs?
Great question, Cloud. The reason this dough is a bit stickier than the other ones, it's because of the tomatillo.
I see.
And friends, once your dough gets nice and soft, like this, you can squeeze your hands in it. It's gonna be slightly sticky still, but that's okay. Go ahead and make it into a big ball, just like this. Take everything in. Take some lard. Warm it up Mr. Miyagi style in your hands. And if you guys haven't seen the Karate Kid, I don't know where you've been. Unless it's Yuvi's Club Junior, but you guys probably already watched this season with your parents. You want to allow this dough to rest a minimum of 45 minutes in a warm spot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place it in my bowl, place it in my oven, 0 degrees with the light on. And these are going to be small for taquitos, and these are going to be for more burrito style tortillas. Once you've allowed your dough to rest, it's time to make our tortilla balls. So nice and smooth. And you can see as I'm making the tortilla balls, it's still slightly tacky, and that's okay. Don't worry about it. While you're making your tortilla balls, if you notice that your dough's a little bit dry on the outside, you can just lather your hands with a little bit of lard and start squeezing out your little balls. Take a little bit of lard, warm it up in your hands, and tap all your tortilla balls. We do not want them to dry out. Now you're gonna take one. You have 2 choices. You can either roll them with your hands in a circular motion and get little softies like that, or you can lay your palms flat just like this and roll it up. It's gonna be up to you. Now I'm gonna continue with the remaining tortillas. We have roughly 4.5 dozen tortillas. They don't all fit, but we're gonna get started with rolling them. So at home, you might end up between 4 and 5, and it's okay. Take your tortilla ball and give it a gentle roll. Press the outer parts just like this. And now it's time to roll. Vroom, 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 vroom. I know some of you like to make square tortillas, and guess what? That's not a problem here in this house. All you want to do is stretch them just like this until you achieve your desired circle. And now we're ready to cook our tortillitas. Make sure your burner is hot. One thing that you're doing at home that's messing up your tortillas and drying them out is that you're overcooking them. You only need about 10 to 12 seconds on each side, and then you do a flip, and boom, done.
Are the parts that are not charred on here, are they raw?
No, they are fully cooked. It's hot enough. It's just flour we're cooking. This isn't a roast, Cloud.
Okay.
And boom, done, amigos. All right, amigos, we are just about done. I have my stick of butter. I'm gonna butter this tortilla up for you guys. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna let you guys know that these tortillas pair great with anything pork. I found that that brings out the best flavor. Second would be chicken, seafood, and then beef.
Because chile verde goes great with pork.
It's just absolutely divine. It really is. Another thing that I'm gonna share before you guys take this good bite is I have worked this recipe for you. This recipe is more intermediate level. If you haven't made tortillas and this will be your first time, do not start with this recipe. I'll link a recipe in the description area that's gonna help you out. Now, for those of you that are ready to make these tortillas, I found that using 8 tomatillos gave it a better flavor and a little bit more than half of the bunch of cilantro. Ooh, 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 it's getting hot in here. Now I'm gonna need somebody very special to say, hurry up and take a bite because my fingers are burning.
Thank you, darling. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my gosh. How did you make this taste just like chile verde?
Because I've been working this recipe.
Ooh. Ooh.
Thank you guys for getting us to 900K. Here's to 100,000 more. Woohoo! Friends, if you haven't taken the time to subscribe, go ahead and do so. We enjoy the thumbs up and also reading your comments. Now, some of you don't like to share us and you keep us to yourself, but I think everybody already knows. So go ahead and subscribe and tell everybody you love us.
We love you guys.
Thank you so much. Bye. You got me blowing kisses now. They deserve it. You deserve it, and you deserve what's coming next. Oh yeah! As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you. We want to thank each and every one of you that binge watched us this weekend and hung out with your family and enjoyed the show. And on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Adios! Oh, while you were away from work, I got started.
Oh, you did?
No. Remember last time when you did that to me?
Oh, it's recording.
Yeah.